On this trip around the county, we take an inside look at the history of Spencer Farms and a muralist with a desire to unite students at Noblesville High School. All this and more on this trip around the county.
Welcome to Around the County. I'm Maya.
And I'm Nell. On Around the County, we take you to places you may have never been and introduce you to people you may not know.
People across the community haven't been able to stop talking about the recent mural within NHS schools. Producers Nell Richardson and Cassidy Galama find out about the motivations and message behind the painting, as well as what it means to students.
As students walk the halls at Noblesville High School, they might notice some color added to their walls. With the addition to a masterful mural in NHS's own library, we speak with the mastermind behind the mural, Israel Solomon, to find out what these bright colors can spark in students' minds.
So I actually got involved with this project through Caroline Hayes, who was one of the art teachers here at Noblesville High School. So the funny thing is Caroline had my niece as one of her students, and I think that might be how she made the connection and learned about me. So Caroline brought the project to me and told me about it, and I thought it was a great idea, and I was all in, once they told me about it. As I started to get older and having children and always having a love for art, there came a time where I just knew that what I was doing, I wasn't really satisfied with myself. And I told myself that, I wanted to focus on being happy. And one of the ways that I could do that was to, change my career into something that I love. So I told myself, I'm going to, figure out a way to work within the arts, because I feel like that was really the only thing that was going to fulfill me,
With this new addition to our school, we ask if this will begin to make a bigger difference in our community.
I think that this is a good project to, really, have a message reach this school. And people might not know, but I also was a teacher. So prior to becoming a full-time artist, I was an art teacher, and one of the things that I wanted to continue doing when I made the transition was I also wanted to continue to work with children and students. So I thought that this would be a great opportunity for me to do that, and also to bring a positive message to the school.
The mural has sparked initiative in Noblesville High School students, creating a club centered around the mural known as Community for Unity.
So the mural is able to represent students of the LGBTQ community, as well as citizens of Indiana and citizens of the United States, as well as realizing that we're all human and that our skin color does not matter.
This mural stands for diversity. You can see in the mural the words, "We are all human," with 5 hands.
I can relate to the school because all students here are different, and everything about them is what makes them them. I think the mural will help show that the school is getting closer to unity, and the school can help show that every student does matter and that they're welcome here.
I hope that it'll, spark a conversation that can lead into a positive outcome. I know that painting a mural is not going to just change everything. However, with the vibrancy of this mural and the colors, it's going to make people look at it, regardless of how they feel about the mural and the message. So with that being said, it's going to cause people to look at it. Hopefully it will also cause people to converse and to speak about things, and maybe open a couple of minds.
So I'm joined here today with Mason Kebrdle. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So how are you involved in the mural at the Noblesville High School?
So how I'm involved is I've been advertising the mural on social media and just throughout the school, and making sure that all students are aware of the mural being painted in the library and what it stands for, that we're all human and that we all matter.
Yeah. And so what are these t-shirts that you've been involved with?
Yeah, so we've been promoting t-shirts it's called Community for Unity, and these t-shirts are to promote the mural, but also to kind of bring the school together and have the chance for students to be able to buy a t-shirt and know that they do matter.
Okay. So what sparked the idea for the t-shirts? Was it the mural?
Yeah, so when we learned that the mural was being painted, we decided that, there needed to be something else to go along with the mural. And so we decided, well, what about t-shirts? And so with a group of students, we all gathered together and helped create this idea of a mural under Community for Unity, and then have the mural on the back of the t-shirts.
So is this a club that's run by students?
Yeah, it's a completely student-led club. There's no teachers or adults involved, and it's all led by students.
And what is the purpose of your club?
So the purpose of our club is to have students realize that they matter and that they have a voice in the school, and also just to kind of promote unity.
All right, and where could you buy these t-shirts?
Yeah, so on social media, we have an account called Community for Unity, and there's a Google Doc under there that you can buy a shirt. You can select your size, and if you want to donate, and then you just Venmo to Max Shepard on Venmo, and you can get your shirts. Also, we accept cash.
Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, of course, thank you.
It's a place we all know and love, Spencer Farms. Producers Maya McDonald and Bree Moy take an inside look at how the farm came to be and what makes Spencer Farms so enjoyable for people of all ages.
Well, when I was a young person, little guy, we used to come up. I lived in Florida at that point in time. We used to come up every summer to my grandmother's, and it was a farm, and just loved coming up here. I'd always dreamed of farming. It's kind of in my blood, if you will. From that, we moved up here in 1971. I was down shearing sheep in southern Indiana at a fellow's place, and he asked what I was going to do. This was when I was a junior in college. And I said, well, as of right now, I'm probably going to teach VOAG, vocational agriculture. And he said, what do you really want to do? And I said, I'd really like to farm. And he says, you need to come with me. And we went down 41 there and pulled off on the road, and he says, there's what you can get started in if you want to get started in agriculture farming. And I looked out across this field, and it was nothing but weeds. And he said, those are strawberries. He said, strawberries can get you started. And from there, that's kind of the beginning.
Behind it, what would you say your favorite part of the farm is, if you had to pick something?
Working with my wife. My wife and I got married in 1982. I graduated from college, took on a job teaching school at Hamilton Heights.
Do you think your son will take over?
He wasn't very interested in the farm growing up, and came in one Sunday evening to eat supper with us, and said he'd like to come back to the farm. We don't do a lot of other fanfare as far as playgrounds and things like that. We want people to see what a working farm really looks like without all the bells and whistles, if you will. You asked the question, what are my hopes and dreams for this place? I really am not that prideful. If the farm continues, that's great. If it doesn't, then that's the way it was meant to be. It's served my wife and I in raising a family, and that's really all that we asked it to do, was to raise the 3 kids, and it did that. And we've been blessed beyond measure by this community. Noblesville was a wonderful place to raise a family, and you've got genuine people here.
And now we're joined by Noah Bushong, who worked at Spencer Farms over the summer. Noah, thanks for joining us today.
Of course, yeah.
How was the experience for you?
The experience was really good. Their scheduling was very accommodating, and I got to create these good relationships with the bosses because they are a family-run business who value those personal relationships.
Awesome. Did you get to know a little bit about their backstory?
I know that they've been open since 1972, and so they've been around a while, and they've just kind of grown over the years. They used to just be I think pumpkins and strawberries, and now they do everything from sunflowers to grapes. They just keep growing.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably all the customers I got to meet. It was interesting because they always asked me about myself, which I thought was really nice, and it was really cool to just talk to all these different varieties of people.
Thank you for joining us today again.
That's all for this episode of Around the County. I'm Maya.
And I'm Nell. Join us next time for another trip around the county.